So I was asking, why me? I guess it's a case of right place, wrong time. I was in Hyderabad at the right time, but at the wrong time again because I was asked to speak. But it is the story of my life, and I was reflecting, what do I have to contribute to TED, Ideas on Sustainability. And I'm probably going to just talk about my life because it probably relates to a lot of people that we run across, that not all of us have to climb the ladder of success to be able to contribute something sustainable to society around us. And possibly that's one of the reasons I'm here amidst all of you, because my story is really an illustration, and I am a good example of somebody who is ordinary with some extraordinary hopes. So I grew up in this lovely town of Hyderabad, and the core of who I am comes from the advantage of having strong women around me who impacted the way I thought and the way I acted. And the one thing that I was always told was, love what you do. And I think that's really what has sustained me. I'm passionate and I love what I do, whether it's my work, whether it's being with friends, whether it's doing charity, it's really a lot of love. While growing up here in India, being a woman was really never a hurdle. And again, I think it was largely because of the strong, positive women role models in my life. I was lucky that I didn't have to look far. I've had them in my mother, my extended family of aunts and grandmothers, all of them very strong, very individualistic. They weren't really successful CEOs or didn't run large companies, but they did teach me that you could have some core values and, of course, my loving teachers. I was always told I could be whatever I imagined, and when I see the children here today, it's really reflective of that, that really the sky is the limit. You just have to dare to dream and back it up with a lot of perseverance, hard work, and persistence. I chose medicine at a young age to be my career because I was idealistic, and I figured that it would provide me with the best platform to be of service to humanity. I finished my training from Gandhi, moved on to go to America, and strangely enough, it is a society that's not as liberal as we perceive it to be. Discrimination in the 20th century had only surreptitiously changed its stripes. It is still no less pervasive and no less damaging. I trained to be a cardiologist and find out I was a minority in a very much man's world. Essential qualities that helped me through this phase was having good mentors, strong support from families, but more importantly, extremely well-formed core values while going through school. And again, like I said, always have a love and passion for what you do. And that always holds me good even till today. After training in New York, I made my home in small town America. I was the first woman cardiologist. And in addition to being a foreigner in white, conservative Ocala, it was a daunting task. And I remember when I first made the move, somebody said tongue-in-cheek, make sure you have a Caucasian male as a partner, because you're not going to last long in Ocala. However, I was able to make this, the fact that I was a female, a foreigner, I was able to change that into my strength. Because women by nature are nurturing. We are more likely to be empathic, compassionate, more caring, and definitely I think we have more time that we spend with the patients, which really makes all the difference in my profession. So that really kind of, changed the way that the patients perceived me. And being a woman, I think, enabled me to reach out to other women, and I was able to change a perceived disadvantage to a real advantage. One of the programs I started, or I was actually a physician ambassador while in Ocala, was a program called Go Red for Women. It was a program to increase awareness, levels of heart disease in women, as it is, continues to be, and has been for the last several decades, the #1 killer of women in America. And a lot of that has to do with lifestyles and, of course, with the genetic basis. So there was an awareness program started about 5 or 6 years ago where women were empowered to know what their numbers were. They knew what their cholesterol numbers were, what it needed to be, what their adequate blood pressure had to be, what their weight had to be, and about other lifestyle changes like increasing exercise and controlling obesity. All these risk factors, and once they were empowered and educated enough, it was heartening to see what a difference it made. I now had patients coming to me who earlier would complain and actually say that, no, I don't need to be on another medication, but now they would come to me and say, Doc, my blood pressure level is really higher than the target. I need to be on another medication, or my cholesterol number isn't a goal, and please do put me on a cholesterol-lowering agent. So these were the very same patients, because I saw that transformation, who would earlier complain that, you know what, why don't we try it next year? If my numbers are better, then I don't need to be on a medication. These were the very people who actually came and said, I need to make a change. And the good thing about educating women was that they not only take care of themselves, they take care of their spouses, the children, and the parents. The entire families got healthier. I'm not going to go into the details, but we saw this great improvement in both morbidity and mortality that was measured in actual numbers and transformed the whole society. And I think for me, it was amazing. It was very fulfilling, but it also told me that as an ordinary person, we can change the society we live in. We don't have to do extraordinary things, just simple things, and you make an impact in the lives you have around you. My professional success in America has really enabled me to give back to where it all began, right here in India and in Andhra Pradesh. Several years ago, a group of like-minded individuals started an NGO, RDF, which began with a school in a dilapidated building that housed beaming children, enthusiastic children eager to be educated, and that organization has now grown to 6 schools, empowering almost 3,000 children by educating and engaging them. The salient feature of RDF is also that there is a large number of girl children in the school, almost about 50%. And again, I have a real soft corner for females, and I think, that's like really something that attracts me to this organization. Today, I feel really proud to be a part of RDF because I strongly believe that a well-rounded, sound education encompassing more than just textbooks, teaching, and performance in exams should be the goal of education, because education is really that which produces individuals with self-confidence, courage of conviction, high ideals, that helps to set in motion the wheels of a society into a brighter future. So here, before I conclude, I would like to make the case that each of us here today can be a part of this movement. I can see a lot of children have already been a part of this movement. They're all contributing in their own little ways, and it's truly encouraging. We all have the ability, in whatever way, big or small, to make a contribution to society. All it takes is a few extra minutes in our ordinary lives to make someone else's lives extraordinary. That, my friends, is my hope. Thank you.